Good evening and welcome to NYNJPA Weather, your weather source for the Northern Mid-Atlantic. I'm meteorologist Stephen DiMartino. Well, the main story over the past few days has been an area low pressure that is currently to the southeast of Long Island that has produced an incredible amount of rainfall over the Northern Mid-Atlantic. For eastern Pennsylvania, rainfall totals over 5 inches was the norm. That's insane. I mean, that's just an insane amount of rainfall over a 48-hour period. And points to the east over New Jersey. There was a bit of a delay in the rainfall, as many would know. But the rain did eventually come. When it did come, it produced incredible amounts of rain, anywhere from 2 to as much as 5 inches of rain. However, the jackpot clearly was eastern Pennsylvania, the Hudson Valley, and northwestern and western Connecticut, where rainfall totals basically made up for the drought deficit that we've been having over the past summer. So that's how impressive this storm was. It pretty much made up the drought deficit over many locations, and now we're kind of moving into kind of a even state as far as the water table. So it should be interesting to see what transpires as we go forward. So this low pressure system is going to slowly exit out into the Atlantic. We still have some scattered showers and waves of moderate rainfall over parts of Long Island and Connecticut this evening. That's going to exit out into the Atlantic. High pressure is currently over the northern plains of Canada. Will continue to build south, and as a result, we'll have skies clear out. And the good news is that our temperatures are actually range right around normal, which is basically in the mid 60s for October. So, welcome to October, welcome to fall-like conditions, and welcome to low humidity. So, it's going to be a rather nice weekend as we move forward for Saturday and much of Sunday. However, there is trouble brewing. Let's take a look at the European model guidance. This is the European model guidance from the Penn State EWAL website. This is at 500 millibars. Now, this is at, let's see here, it's Saturday morning. Now, this is very important. I want you to keep an eye on this ridge axis over Montana. When you have a ridge axis over Montana, that means your potential for a storm to develop on the East Coast is relatively high because the trough axis, or the position of the trough, is just right to set up a coastal storm or an area low pressure. And we're seeing that in the forecast on all model guidance. And we have a strong disturbance that is starting to dive south through the Great Lakes on Saturday morning. And when this disturbance continues to dive south towards the Tennessee River Valley and towards the southern Mid-Atlantic, it's going to be able to cut off. And that is bad news for the northern Mid-Atlantic. The reason why is that this disturbance, this rather strong disturbance at 500 millibars, is going to be able to form an upper level low by Sunday evening. And as a result, an area of low pressure will develop off the Virginia and southern Delaware coast. And that's going to mean the return of rain once again for much of the New York City and Philadelphia metropolitan area for Monday, moving into Tuesday and Wednesday. As we move into Tuesday morning, let's take a look at how this storm evolves. We can see that the upper level low has formed basically right over Virginia and the southern Mid-Atlantic. Now, because of the position of this upper level low, there's a tremendous amount of lifting along the coast, which means that any moisture that's being drawn in from the Atlantic is going to basically become rain. So we're looking at a rather wet start to next week, so we can expect rain on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Rainfall totals preliminary right now range anywhere from 1 to 3 inches. It's not the same tropical connection that we saw with this previous storm. This time, the moisture is coming in from the northern Atlantic. The air mass is a little bit more stable, and it's not as moisture loaded as what we saw with moisture coming in basically from the Caribbean Sea. And of course, the other factor here with this low pressure center off the East Coast is that we're going to get a persistent easterly wind. Notice we have a high pressure center that's building into New England while this low pressure system is sitting off of the northern Atlantic coast. While that's happening, what's going to set up is an easterly to northeasterly wind driving into the coast. So we're also going to have to deal with, aside from the rain, which is going to cause flash flooding problems, coastal flooding as well, because We're going to have several days of the wind piling the water into the coast, and it's just going to be a raw and ugly start to the week for next week. The good news is that this low pressure will exit out into the Atlantic in the end of the week and the next weekend, about the time when the playoffs start for the Yankees and the Phillies. High pressure will be in control with near normal temperatures to slightly above normal temperatures, basically in the 60s to lower 70s, and most importantly, it will be dry. Thank you for using NYNJPA weather for your weather needs for the Northern Mid-Atlantic. I'm meteorologist Stephen DiMartino. Before I go, I just want to mention a few things. One, the monthly newsletter for all basic members will be up this evening. Also, this evening we'll be launching our new ebook about severe thunderstorms that I've been working on all summer. Over 90 pages of information. For platinum members, it's going to be completely free. $4 for premium members, and for everyone else, $10 for 90 pages of excellent data and information about severe thunderstorms. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow.